Alrighty, YouTube, welcome back to another brand new recap video. Today, I'll be going over my day one on my Lucid black funded accounts. If you guys don't know from the last review, we ended up passing a couple of accounts and doing really well on there. So I thought I would more so showcase my journey with you guys in these reviews. And so yeah, in terms of these Lucid accounts, started trading them today on the live streams that I do in Discord and obviously traded with my community. We ended up trading today and capitalizing off a trade in which got trailed. We obviously had a set take profit target in mind for this trade. We ended up seeing price go, but we didn't see price go fully into that take profit target. But still a great day overall. And we'll kind of talk about our game plan today and how we were more so still able to be profitable during a very hard inside day, in my opinion. And so, yeah, in terms of my bias set in stone, coming into the open, I was pretty much bullish. And the reason for that was because for three components that I end up utilizing a lot of times, and you guys in chat know in the Discord, we have three main components, and one of them is our overnight sequence of how price trades through ETH, right, extended trading hours, and then also our opening range move paired up with our higher time frame analysis. And so through higher time frame analysis, I feel like we were able to get a good gauge of price being relatively bullish, right? Because you see the hourly print, you've seen it consistently trade well ever since putting in that low and coming back up and filling past that new week opening gap. The reason I also happen to be bullish on higher time frame is because, again, once we ended up seeing price take out that new week opening gap and fulfill it fully, what we do end up seeing price do is we see price look to trade past it, right? We haven't seen much past it yet, but you don't see price necessarily seek hard rejections off the fill on NQ. And so, yeah, pair that up with more so the overnight move being bullish, pair that up more so with, a couple of imbalances that we had here to work off internally, which we've marked out here, the hourly gap, and we also had another hourly gap. I was more so waiting for the opening range move and more so confirm bias here off the open. Obviously, we end up seeing price come down through some hard distribution. Again, for me, I like to void the first 15 minutes or so and wait for the opening range move, because for me specifically, I feel like that first 15 minutes or the first move into an initial area of liquidity kind of gives you a good gauge, and it also allows the session to kind of be able to find its own feet and kind of showcase to you what the session wants to do, right? How many times have you seen an overnight session trade a certain direction and then you see the open of New York, clearly trade the opposite direction? So for me, I like having all three in one. And so, yeah, we ended up seeing price actually retrace off the open here, a deeper trace. We see price meet London lows. We also see ES come down to its London lows, which is where our low of day was put in for the session. Today, I feel like although today was an inside day, I felt like it was very neat in terms of just like internal range of liquidity. What we've had in the past is we've had inside days, but we've had days where they've just been very confusing because we don't see price necessarily trade into liquidity. We see price almost kind of tease that area of liquidity, say, and we see price kind of flip back down or flip back up. For me specifically, I feel like today was very clear because you have decisive delivery on ES and NQ here into areas of liquidity. So for, again, ES, our low of days literally based off our London lows, NQ, our low of days literally based off our hourly gap fill. So you go to the hourly here on NQ, right? What you're able to see is you're able to see price come down here, tap this hourly, fulfill that, and then you see this hourly gap here, which is also an hourly BPR, get tapped to and filled perfectly. And in the same alignment, you see ES here kind of place low through ES or through London lows. And then you see more so a good shift back up. We stood patient on live today. One of our goals for today specifically was to be very patient, and we stood patient. And essentially through our entry model, once we ended up seeing a bit of structure and we ended up seeing price switch from creating lower highs to higher lows and started to see displacement and draw, I felt like the low that we put in was really, really good. I felt like draw alignment into higher price was there. And I also felt like the entry model was pretty neat. It was a 1 minute gap go invert. And for me, I waited for a bit more of displacement for that MSS, that break of structure. And we do get that here in terms of the confirmation candle for this trade. Your confirmation candle here is at 10:34 a.m. And you can kind of see me post this trade as it comes into play, I believe, right? Eyeing this potential long, boom, you kind of see me mention this. And I say I am long at 10:34 a.m., which is exactly when confirmation had hit. So perfect entry there for everyone, including myself. That's not even including, obviously, the live stream. On live, we ended up executing on Lucid as well. and we have our planned risk in there. And so these are the results of day one. I'll kind of go over it. So around $234 per account. The profit goal for these Lucid Black 100K accounts is $3,000. So right now with today's net gain, I think we're about like 7 to 8% there. We ended up getting trailed out. So our take profit goal for this trade here, if you guys kind of look at the visual, was about a 1.5R. This trade here realized at a plus 0.6. So a compound day in terms of green. And so, yeah, in terms of the entry, I felt like it was really neat. Again, 1 minute gap, go invert, requiring a bit more displacement off the shift. You don't see consolidation here. You see displacement into confirmation as we take this trade. Our stop was based off the swing low right here, giving this trade a bit more breathing room. Our break even was placed off a 1 minute wick high. For me specifically, I always like to get a gauge between price or get a gauge in price. And if price is trading really well, I look to have a bit farther away of a break even zone. If price is trading kind of like it was today, it's not trading the best. We see price trade internally and consolidation kind of slow. I'll look for a closer break even stop. That's what we did here today. Went break even off this internal high. We eventually go break even here. You see me mention that obviously with the gang, saying I am break even stops. And then from there, we simply trailed our stops all the way up to where we eventually got trailed out, kind of teasing this flood and high here, and getting trailed out at this low right here, resulting in this trade being about a 0.6R. If you guys obviously have seen the Twitter post, you can see me post my executions plus 254. And again, here's the result for day number one. Let me know if you guys want daily recaps on these accounts in the comments. Let's do this. If you comment, let's see, who should we comment? Say Lanto, comment Lanto Lucid Black, just that, Lanto Lucid Black. Comment that in the comments and give this video a thumbs up. And I'll see if you guys want more of these daily. Would be pretty cool. But yeah, executed nicely. Got trailed out, which is a bummer. I think if we hit TP, we would have been up around $600 per account. Ended up closing about 250. Don't mind it, just a day. What I will say with this trade here specifically, I felt like we could have done a little bit better of a job in terms of refining, is we could have definitely taken on ES, because ES was the indice which came up here and took out that high target in which we had planned for NQ here. So for me specifically, I felt like you could have definitely been a bit more precise there had we wanted to be. If we were a bit more locked in, then we could have definitely executed and seen that full take profit. Got to be a bit aware of that. That was the only lacking factor for today. I feel like everything else was executed really nicely. Again, chat, it was a very inside day, so these type of days are going to be hard to trade in my opinion. And so yeah, we took a good trade, inversion model MSS trade. Kind of went over it, hourly gap rebalance. We got what we wanted. But yeah, the only thing here, could have taken on ES. In hindsight, ES was definitely leading. We do see some SMT created off the highs, right? SMT here with NQ's SMT here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. 0.5 hour a day. Let's see how we could bounce, let's see how we could do tomorrow. And yeah, with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoy the review, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, y'all.